Hey guys, this is Neil with Anytime Soccer Training. A common piece of feedback I receive from parents is, "Hey Neil, we love the program and we started, but my children aren't like yours. They won't do this stuff consistently at home." And I want to take a time out to say, number one, my children don't have this super discipline. They did not come out of the womb wanting to do training videos. As a matter of fact, I created the program and the structure in the format of the program based in part on my own experiences. I wanted a way to help my children practice at home that was affordable and it did not overwhelm them. That's why we introduce one move at a time, and that's why the average video is less than 5 minutes. So I know your child can do it, but there are going to be some ups and downs. And that's why, again, it's important to set expectations. Now, in that vein of setting expectations, let me show you what I recommend to help get buy-in for your child over the long haul. So let me share the program. So let me share the website. Let's say you have a child and you're like, man, I'm feeling a lot of resistance here. I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. So there's a couple of things I know that have worked with my boys, and I believe it will work with yours. Number one, we talked about it in the last video, setting an external reward. But you also have to get internal, intrinsic motivation and buy-in. And I found the best way to do that is by starting simple, keeping everything short, and then ultimately they will see the results. So the first thing I recommend is saying, all right, guys, everybody needs to work on a little bit of juggling at home. And it's just something you have to do. A lot of times kids don't want to do it, but it really helps. So if they're struggling with doing longer videos, again, they're 5 minutes, but they're struggling with that, just go to the all programs and go to the juggling warm up. You can pin that into your favorites as well. Okay. Just go to the juggling warm up and ask your child to do a 2-minute juggling video. Now, even though the video, he's going to be juggling with both feet, it has the timer and all that kind of stuff, you can tell your child to do whatever level they're at. So it could be thigh juggling, it could be juggling with both feet, it can be kick and catch, it could be freestyle, but you're just getting those 2 minutes of aerial control touches. And when it's done, it's done. And you're just getting their buy-in to say, it's like a shot. Oh, that wasn't too bad. When they get their first shot, oh, and then they say, oh, it wasn't too bad. Well, that's what you're doing here. So the first recommendation is start with 2 minutes of juggling if you get some resistance and get them to buy into that. My second recommendation is you do it with them. So if you go to the Ball Mastery and you look at the first folder in the Ball Mastery, we have a demo video with my son doing it as the very first. Let me refresh. But the next video, which is kind of like the first video in the series, is the 1000 in the 1000 touch. It's just toe taps. So even if you're like me and you did not grow up playing soccer, you can do some toe taps with your child. They're absolutely exhausting, by the way, and you'll get an appreciation for how hard this stuff is. You can even say, look, I'll do 20 seconds and then you do 20 seconds. I'll do 20 seconds and then you do 20 seconds. You get a lot of buy-in when your child sees you fumbling around the video. Next up. Okay, so now you've done that. And the final tip is this. Every child loves to chase, race, and play 1v1 against their friends, siblings, and parents. So if you go to the 1v1 games and challenges, you can start with, some basic 1v1 where you're just rolling the ball to them and playing 1v1 for 30 seconds. It has built-in rest breaks as well, which you're seeing here. You can make up your own rules or follow the rules within the program. You have the music and the timer that's letting you know, how long you need to play 1v1. Because we actually get really tired. So this is kind of cool where you're able to play 1v1 for that 30 seconds and then collect the balls and rest. So that's another way to motivate them. And finally, everybody loves chasing games, right? So again, I know it seems a tiny bit silly to program all this stuff out, but you get tired and sometimes you need a little structure. The music is great because it's like playing musical chairs. You have the horn and you could just follow the curriculum. So in this case, you're just in the backyard trying to tag your child. They love it. So my tip for the day is if you have a child and you're like, oh, they don't want to do it, number one, ask yourself these questions. Have we set expectations? Number two, have we done one of the 2-minute juggling videos and let them juggle however they want? Number three, have I done a video with them? Have I started with the 1000 touch ball mastery program, the toe taps, and have I done it with them? And number four, have I chased them, raced them, played 1v1, or tried to tag them in the backyard with or without Anytime Soccer Training? If you've done all of those things and you still getting resistance to in-home training, which I doubt you will, at the end of the season, that's an opportunity to calibrate what you guys are trying to do. And if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. But I don't want you to conclude it doesn't work for you until you try these things. All right, guys, next week I'll be on to another tip. My name is Neil Crawford, founder of Anytime Soccer Training. You can reach out to me if you have any questions, and let's get better together.